OK, we've got the Times next. This is a story about how powerful the gambling industry has become now. Ascots and concerts. Nick, that's you.
Yeah, how the gambling industry tries to win over MPs. So apparently hundreds of thousands of pounds have been spent to influence reforms, and the reforms under consideration are limits on online stakes, affordability checks for punters, ban on sports sponsorship, etc. And the idea is they sort of try and, work with MPs and try and get things in their favour in a slightly questionable way. And other questionable things, like William Hill was given a 19.2 million fine for a series of widespread and alarming failures, which does sound quite alarming. And it points out here more than 400 people take their lives because of gambling problems. So I'm against safetyism in general. We saw it reach its sort of apotheosis with COVID, and it was completely deranged. And in a way, why don't we just... Is it that bad to have Hamlet, the mild cigar, on TV like we did when we grew up? It was only mild. But why is gambling allowed to sort of slip through the net? Cigarette adverts are banned, cigars are banned, but it's just, if you watch football, it's like gamble, 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 the whole thing with Ray Winston.
And it can be, I mean, I've known gamblers, it can be really devastating. But, of course, ultimately there is personal responsibility there. You have
but then you've got addiction issues. So, and they're saying there's an MP who's going, it's only like 0.3% of people, and actually, supposedly it's more like 3%. That's a significant chunk of people whose lives essentially get destroyed. The question you're saying is why? The answer is, I believe, the revenue that the government picks up. It's when a company like William Hill gets fined 19.2 million, and this is like a multi-billion-dollar industry. Who's the interest here? I don't want to get all conspiracy or whatever, but that's essentially what it is. They should have tougher... They were bringing in, supposedly, much tougher law in terms of making sure that people who were gambled, that you could see that they had enough money to gamble with, background checks and whatnot. Supposedly, a lot of it's been watered down.
Well, a lot of it's the internet now, isn't it? Anyway, so anyone can gamble online and...
But I think you'd have to, hook up to your bank account and just make sure you have the money. And also, to stop you, get someone went in and spent £20,000 within, 10 minutes or something.